On Friday, Donald Trump had to put up cash and collateral for a $91 million bond in the New York case in which he was found liable for repeatedly defaming E. Jean Carroll by making what the court concluded were false claims that he had not sexually assaulted her. 2 weeks from today, he will have to put up cash and collateral for a bond that is closer to $500 million in the case where his real estate business was found to have engaged in years and years of fraud. And we've been looking at that. I think the frame on that has been that this is a difficult and dangerous time for Donald Trump right now. But because of the position that he's in, that makes this a difficult and dangerous thing for us as a country right now. Because he's got to put up bonds for over $500 million worth of court judgments right now within the next 2 weeks. He's put up already just under $100 million of that, still another $400+ million to go very soon. He does not appear to have the cash and assets and collateral to pay for those bonds, to put up what he needs to put up for those bonds without considerable strain, if he even can cobble anything together to bolster those bonds in total. So he desperately needs money. I mean, right now. That bond, the $500 million bond, that's 2 weeks from today. And he needs that money so urgently right now, while he is openly changing his publicly held, long-held, supposedly heartfelt policy positions in ways that appear to be just straight-up responsiveness to financial incentives. On the bond he paid already and the huge one he's got to put up for within the next 2 weeks, there is no public transparency into who might be co-signing with him or otherwise underwriting these bonds. Somebody helping him put up the cash and collateral for these bonds? If so, what are they getting in exchange for their generosity to him? I mean, we know the name of the bonding company that put up the $91 million bond for the E.G. Carroll case, but we don't know if it was Trump alone or Trump and some helpers who put up the cash and collateral necessary to obtain that bond from that company. We have asked Mr. Trump this evening if he will tell us if there were co-signers or anyone otherwise assisting him in obtaining that bond. We have not yet heard back from him. We will let you know if we do. But in national security terms, this is a profoundly dangerous thing, regardless of what it means for him personally and politically. It's a dangerous thing for us as a country. I mean, think about if you needed to get a security clearance for work, right? You wanted to get a security clearance. But when you applied for that clearance, the FBI did their background check on you, and they became aware that you were in this much need of this much money this urgently. If you were applying for a security clearance right now and the FBI found that 2 weeks from today, you need to put up cash and collateral to secure almost $500 million of a bond to pay your court judgments, do you think you would get a security clearance? There is no chance you would ever be approved for even the lowest level security clearance because the risk is just too obvious that you would be tempted to sell American secrets for this money that you so desperately need. Whether or not you were known to be a particularly transactional kind of person, there's no way that wouldn't be seen as a massive national security risk. Last week, Politico was first to report that Trump is about to start receiving classified intelligence briefings again. Presidential candidates, major party nominees always get these, at least they have historically. But no one's ever received a classified briefing as a presidential candidate while he or she was awaiting trial in federal court on multiple felony charges of violating the Espionage Act by deliberately mishandling classified material. And no one's ever received those kinds of briefings while they, need to come up with $500 million worth of cash and collateral to put up bonds to pay their court judgments.